Hey, what's up, family? Hey, today we're gonna do this video here. I got my board with me because I like doing that. I like doing videos, writing stuff so you can see what I'm writing, so it sticks even more. I got some real good one for you today, and this one's gonna be dealing with jobs. This one's I'm gonna title it "The Real Reason Race is a Requirement on Job Applications." Now think about what I'm saying. Think about when you fill out that application. I don't care who you is, white, black, Hispanic. You get to the part, they ask you your criteria, your personal information, but they always want to know, what is your race? You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If you really be honest, race should not be a requirement. The main requirement is if you have the dexterity, which means skills. You know, I'd love to give you a word of the day. That's not going to be the word of the day, but just to give you a word. That should be the main requirement. If you have the skills to provide this company to fill in the void of what they're looking for. Do you have the skills for this job criteria that we're looking for? That should be the requirement and the only requirement. Your race should not be the requirement, but it is. But they're not going to tell you that. See, that's the unwritten rule. So that's why I said I'm going to title this video here, "The Real Reason Why Race is a Requirement on Your Job Application." Because it should not be. It should be your skill set. Do you have the skills for this job that we're looking for you to fill? Do you have that dexterity? Do you have that skill? That's what it should be. Let me show you something even more. So, like I said, I love using my board. Give y'all something to look at. Watch this. Now, if you look at it, like it says, application for employment, right? Now, a job, an employer is never going to be honest and tell you what that race part on the application, what it's really for, because there'll be lawsuits. So you can't say that. But that's what it really comes down to. When you fill out that application for employment and you put down how old you is, your address, your phone number, your background, your education, and then they get a little small part that says, what is your race, right? So you know how they look at it? This is how they look at it. When you put down that you're white, they automatically have the preconceived prejudice notion. Preconceived, just making a judgment or an opinion without getting the facts right. And prejudice means the same thing. A lot of us out here made that mistake of always thinking prejudice has something to do with racism or racist. No, prejudice does not mean that at all. Prejudice means you passing judgment on something or someone without getting your facts right. So in this case, like I said, when you put that application in and now they ask for your race, the preconceived prejudice opinion of that employer goes like this. And they'll never tell you, but I'm telling you, this is what it is. When you put down that you're white, this is what their preconceived notion of the white person. This is what they think about the white person. They go, he or she is a You got that? This is how the application really goes. When you put down that you're white on the application, they go, oh, he or she is a fit for the job. When you fill out that application, you put down you're Asian, they think some type of preconceived notion too, but ultimately they have it just the same. They go, a fit for the job. Fit for the job. Now, of course, they got some racial stuff that they think with the Asian, but ultimately, they go, it's a fit for the job. When you fill out that application and you're a Hispanic person, know what they think? So they're not going to tell you these things because it'll be a lawsuit. But when you're a Hispanic, you fill out the application, they think right away, we get our workhorse for cheap labor. See, now, before I get to the last one, I want to read you something. And then he's going to be understand why I say the best for last. Watch this. This is one paragraph, so stay with me here. All right, y'all ready? Watch this. I've thought this many times. I love it. there's an ideal or something that you have, an opinion or ideal, and you hear it from another resource or a book or something or in a movie, it really resonates with you. You go, wow, I used to think the same thing. I always thought the same thing. But here we go. Watch this. This is going to be dealing with the last one. Check it out. Now, reading this verbatim from this book. Now, I've done a review on this book before. It's called In Search of Good Pussy. That's the name of the book. It has nothing to do with sexual content whatsoever. He named it that to get your attention. He's pretty slick with that. So you get it. In other words, you're in a bookstore and you see this book up there and you go, oh, I got to get that. And that's how a lot of ignorant people do. But let me get to the point. Check this out. No more delay. Here we go. I had often wondered why applications for employment listed race, until I realized that it was one way a potential employer could immediately determine who was not white and act accordingly. You with me? When a black person filled in a space marked black, it might as well had been marked. You know what he's going to say? It might as well have been marked. This was their preconceived notion. Now remember, preconceived, passing a judgment or opinion without facts. Prejudice means the same thing. To make judgment on someone or something without getting your facts right. When a black person fills out the application, their preconceived prejudice towards that person, they might as well put this right here. Now, you understand what I'm saying, folks? Now here's the raw truth about all of this. White, fit for the job. Asian, we can get more out of this guy, but he's a fit for the job. The Hispanic, we get our workhorse, and at a cheap labor to do so. With the black person, right away they go, oh, he's a convict. Now here's the real truth about it all. None of these are facts. You can't, nor that job can prove any of this. Because I could tell you just like a lot of people out there. I have worked with a lot of these people, and these people. And every last one of them could be this person, that person, this person, that person. Every last one of them. I worked with a no good white person that was a drunk on the job. But yet still he got the job when they knew he was drunk. Didn't lose his job until he had multiple DUIs, and then constant conflict with the customers. I worked with this also, another guy, excellent guy. Same as with this guy. Antisocial for the most part, but good worker. Also, guy come to work with so much domestic things going on in his life, you don't know what another man is dealing with. It's like my other video, talking about suicide or whatever. You don't know what's going on in another man's life. I worked with this guy too, where he was a great guy. Also, a guy that wasn't such a great guy because he's bringing his problems from home to work. I work with this guy or woman, excellent person. But I've also worked with this person where they was a jerk off. See my point? You can't prove none of these to be fact. I work with this guy or woman, excellent person to work with, very responsible, very dependable, very, very great worker, know exactly what they're doing, knowing exactly how to get the job done. Excellent person to work with. But I've also worked with this person where they're a freaking excuse maker and always a freaking person you don't want to be around. So my point is, you can't say this because it is a preconceived prejudice opinion that employer has against every last one of these type of people. So you get what I'm saying? So back to the book. Let me read that for you one more time. This time I'm going to do it with no delay. And it gives this point. Watch this. I'm going to start from the beginning. I had often wondered why applications for employment listed race, until I realized that it was one way a potential employer could immediately determine who was not white and then act accordingly. When a black person fills in the space marked black, it might as well have been read convict, according to their preconceived prejudice. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. I hope you guys can use this on your job sites, because it was not a racial video. It was not intended for that. It was just putting the facts out there, because you got to think. Think, folks. A lot of things can't be said or written down because there'll be lawsuits ensued because of that. So it's unwritten rules. Like I said, back to my video, suicide and prevention for it. There's a 988 number for people that need help for suicide. But like I said, if you're a man in society and need help, no one's coming for you. Because they always get all the help to women and children. They always act like men don't need help. So check out that video too. But that was my whole point with saying that. It's like, they right away say, oh, convict here. And look at all this other stereotypical stuff here. This is not true. I know plenty of people that don't have those skills. I know plenty of people don't have these skills. I know plenty of people, this is not defining this person. This does not define that person. But this is the unwritten rule that this systemic system has passed down generation to generation, owner to owner, with this nonsense. But that is the real reason why race is a requirement on your job application. Peace.